Former WWE announcer Jonathan Coachman says he thinks WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque will be gone from WWE in 18 months. We'll let you know the details as to why. The possible reason for personal issues between the aforementioned Triple H and MVP have possibly been revealed. Former TNA Wrestling and WCW commentator Mike Tenay reportedly has been discussed for the WWE AAA Worlds Collide event that's going to be taking place tomorrow. The reason why WWE decided to let RTruth's contract expire has been revealed, as well as where he could end up next. Brookside overcomes Rosemary in a brutal Monsters Ball match on TNA Impact. Eric Young and the Northern Armory shockingly assault a fan after Young's lost to Moose on Impact last night. Plus, another match has been added to Against All Odds. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Before we begin on today's news video, you can see right there, we are just 10 subscribers away from 22,200 on that road to 25k. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Join the ever-expanding WNU. In addition, you can scan that QR code right there on the sidebar and join members of the WN365 roster. You get your badges, your emojis, and your exclusive members-only contests. And whilst you're checking out the sidebar, you can also see all upcoming live streams we've got here at Wrestling News 365. That includes tomorrow, a very busy day. We've got WWE and AAA Worlds Collide, a live watch-along for that. And then later on in the day, we've got WWE Money in the Bank, a live watch-along, and a live post-show too. It's going to be a very busy day at Wrestling News 365. Now let's begin with rumours of a power struggle in WWE and possibly Triple H maybe being gone from the organisation he's been so closely associated with for decades. Now, Jonathan Coachman has predicted that Paul Triple H Levesque will be pushed out of WWE in the next few years. Of course, Levesque took over from Vince McMahon as the head of creative in WWE, but Coachman, in his recent appearance on the two-man Power Trip of Wrestling podcast, said that The Rock and Triple H's past issues will cause the latter to leave. He said, quote, "And from my time there and my time with The Rock, I know for a fact that he does not get along with Triple H. That does not go away. They've always been butting heads for years and years for a lot of different reasons," he said. "The reason I said on my show there's a big power struggle. Well, first of all, I've talked to two people close to the situation and they've told me, but I can't tell you who they are, but I've got really good intel." Coachman further argued that TKO wants to make the promotion an entertainment product, which neither Vince McMahon nor Triple H would agree with. He believes that Triple H will, in time, be pushed out of the door and from his position as CCO, quote, "and we predicted that within 18 months, Triple H will not be running WWE anymore," he said. He continued by saying, "I actually kind of feel bad for him because I've always really liked him. But look at what happened at WrestleMania. He gets inducted into the Hall of Fame for a third time, an hour and 37 speech at 1 in the morning. You're overscheduling the entire week. There's nothing free for fans to go to. And then at WrestleMania, you're going to disrespect Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin and walk them out with everybody else just to give a wave to the crowd. And you get your own water music entrance right next to those guys." Now, he believes that The Rock, who sits on the board of directors of TKO, would like to see former WWE writer Brian Gewirtz, a close associate of his, take over as creative, to head of creative, to replace the game. Now, as far as these behind-the-scenes issues when it comes to all of this, well, more has rumbled about this week when it comes to possible falling outs between Triple H and The Rock. Now, earlier this week, speaking with Cultaholic, Wolfgang recalled Rock and WWE having a, quote, "bit of a falling out," end quote, regarding The Rock's travel to the training camp in Los Angeles in the lead up to WrestleMania 40. Per Dave Meltzer in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, it was noted by those well aware of the situation on the inside that even though people feel The Rock has the edge being close to Nick Khan, Triple H has gotten what he wanted. Meltzer noted that The Rock and Triple H are known to have different viewpoints, writing, quote, "They have different viewpoints on many things. They are, at times, on different pages. Levesque is entrenched. He was the person in charge with the company doing record business." But it was noted by those well aware of the situation on the inside that while people think Johnson has the edge, being close to Nick Khan, the reality is in the big picture, Levesque has gotten what he wanted. Johnson didn't beat Reigns for the title and then relinquish it to the people as a babyface. Rhodes didn't turn heel. Johnson wasn't even involved at Mania 41 build, albeit that was his choice after the night of the Cena turn. The Rock ultimately won, of course, his WrestleMania 40 match, teaming with Roman Reigns to defeat Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, with The Rock pinning Rhodes ahead of Rhodes' WWE Championship victory the following night. The final boss last appeared on WWE television at Elimination Chamber, forming an alliance with Travis Scott and John Cena. But what are your thoughts on these rumors of a power struggle in WWE? Could Triple H have the unthinkable done to him? Could he be pushed out the door in 18 months' time? Could The Rock try a hostile takeover of WWE? Courtesy of TKO Group Holdings. Let me know your thoughts, your reaction to it in the comments section below. Now, speaking of personal problems, an update here when it comes to issues between Triple H and former WWE superstar MVP. Now, MVP has expressed his dislike for WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque over the past several months, and recently admitted he has zero respect for Paul Levesque, although his issues have nothing to do with race. After being asked for his thoughts on how Triple H views wrestlers of color, MVP said, quote, "Let's just say this. Bobby Lashley was a two-time WWE champion, and after he took over, Bobby Lashley was reduced to the mid-card. Bobby Lashley is a bankable, marketable guy, and two-time WWE champion just got reduced to mid-card, whatever." What I said specifically in response to the person on my Instagram page was that you see it. It's my opinion of how he chooses to book certain talents. Some people say all the time, oh, MVP's just griping, MVP's just crying. Okay, well, just watch the program. Who were the people in the top spots under his leadership? Who were the people given opportunities? And I'm not talking about NXT, I'm talking about the main show. I have my opinions based on my personal experiences, and at some point in my podcast and my YouTube show, I'll talk about it and I'll go in depth about what my issues are with that man. And I'll be honest with you, my issues with him have nothing to do with race. My issues have to do with him as a person and our personal interactions and things that he said and did that caused me to have zero respect for him. But I'll get into that on my show, marking out with MVP and Dwayne Swayze. Now, MVP has yet to reveal why he has no respect for Triple H, but Dave Meltzer reported in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that one instance of issues between MVP and Triple H involved a planned storyline. During MVP's stint as a $1 million athlete during his first run with WWE, Triple H pitched an angle that would see MVP be mesmerized and able to think straight while looking at Eve Torres. MVP, however, told Triple H that his character, in theory, would date women like Eve Torres on a regular basis, and he shouldn't act like someone who has never been seen with an attractive woman before. Meltzer noted that Levesque wasn't happy with that at all. Now, MVP has stated that Triple H turned down the reformation of the Hurt Business in WWE. The group has since reformed as the Hurt Syndicate in All Elite Wrestling and currently includes Bobby Lashley, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and recent addition MJF. Now, tomorrow it's AAA and WWE Worlds Collide. Of course, we'll have a live watch-along here on the channel for the show. And there's a slight chance the legendary Mike Tenay could be making a surprise appearance at the event. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, there have been discussions about Mike Tenay providing commentary for Worlds Collide. It's unknown if Tenay has been contacted, though, and it appears he is not scheduled for the show at the time of recording this video. The English commentary team for WWE and AAA Worlds Collide has been kept quiet. Meltzer added that although the former team of Joe Dombrowski and Larry Dallas are not planned for the June 7th event. Mike Tenay made his WCW announcing debut at the original Worlds Collide pay-per-view between WWE and AAA in 1994. Tenay was then utilized as a guest commentator for luchador matches in World Championship Wrestling before he became a full-time announcer on Nitro from 1996. Tenay then only cemented his legendary status as a commentator in TNA Wrestling, serving as the voice of TNA from the promotion's first show in June 2002 until January 2015. He continued to work for the company until his retirement in 2016. There have been approaches for Tenay to return to commentary since his retirement from the likes of WWE, AAA, MLW, and GCW, but he's turned down all overtures due to enjoying retirement and having no financial concerns. He did appear for TNA at Bound for Glory 2023 to accept his and broadcast partner Don West's inductions into the TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame. Now, RTruth, more details on his departure from WWE, and an update has emerged on RTruth's WWE exit, with details emerging on the decision not to renew his contract. RTruth took to social media to announce his WWE departure on June 1st, with reports confirming that WWE will not be renewing RTruth's contract. Dave Meltzer shared a new update in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, noting that Truth's departure was a financial decision. Meltzer wrote the following, quote, "Essentially, in his case, it was a financial decision by the company. In the sense his last contract was so high for the level that they were using him, they felt it made no sense." Now, a number of notable names have reacted to Truth's departure announcement, including his former tag team partners The Miz, who told Truth to keep smiling, and Pac-Man Jones, who called the situation bullshit. Now, as far as where he could end up next, we might have some more details on that one as well. Now, since the announcement, there have been speculation regarding where Truth may land, with there said to have been immediate interest from top independent promotions. In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer revealed that Truth's former home, TNA Wrestling, is also interested in bringing him in. Meltzer wrote, quote, "Those in TNA have already said they want to make him an offer. Truth previously spent 5 years in TNA Wrestling between 2002 and 2007, debuting under the name K Crush before re-establishing himself as Ron the Truth Killings. During his time in the company, he became a 2-time NWA Worlds Heavyweight Champion, as well as a tag team champion on 2 occasions, once with BG James and another with Pac-Man Jones." Now, speaking of TNA, last night, of course, was another episode of TNA Impact, and Xia Brookside conquers her demons in the Monsters Ball. Xia Brookside defeated Rosemary in a Monsters Ball match on the June 5th episode of TNA Impact. The match featured doors, chairs, bouts, hockey pucks, hockey sticks, cookie sheets, and more. Throughout the match, Brookside evolved from being fearful to fearless. She eventually picked up the victory after using a trash can lid to block Rosemary's poison mist before slamming her through a row of chairs with a Brooksy bomb. Later in the show, it was announced that she would team with Maya Grace and Harley Hudson against the Elegance brand at TNA Against All Odds. Now, some shocking footage when it comes to Eric Young attacking a fan. Eric Young seemingly snapped yesterday. On the June 5th episode of TNA Impact, Eric Young lost to Moose in a match for the X Division title. With the referee distracted, Young found himself on the receiving end of a low blow from Moose. A spear followed that up, and Young lost the championship match in his home country of Canada. What happened next was a clear indication of Eric Young's unstable nature on TNA television. A fan in the audience was trying to console Eric Young, and Young took it upon himself to maul that individual as Judas Icarus and Travis Williams joined in on the beatdown before security stepped in to stop the violence. Now, Tom Hannafin spoke of fear of lawsuits on commentary as the Northern Armory trio moved away from the scene of the incident. And finally, another match has been confirmed for TNA Against All Odds. The cracks keep showing in the stability of Order 4, and now things will come to a head in a singles match at TNA Against All Odds. After Tasha Steelz lost to Indy Hartwell on TNA Impact, Mustafa Ali came to the ring and once again showed violence against her, shoving her to the ground. Jason Hotch, who had earlier in the match declined an invitation to cheat on behalf of Tasha, once again showed his growing sense of morality by getting in the face of Ali. In a backstage segment that followed this scene, John Schuyler and Tasha Steelz were talking on the phone with someone who appeared to know Mustafa Ali on a deeper level. As Tasha asked the anonymous individual to talk some sense into him, they quickly got off the phone as Ali walked into the scene. Jason Hotch wasn't far behind. Before Hotch could speak, Ali interrupted him and let him know that he was going to be fighting for the pride of the entire group at TNA Against All Odds before revealing they'd be having a match against one another. This match, of course, will take place at Against All Odds. But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe. You can see right there we're just now 9 subscribers away from 22,200 subscribers. Getting closer to that goal of 25k. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. In addition, you can become a member of the WN365 roster. Links in the video description below. You can click the join button or scan the QR code when it appears on the sidebar throughout this video. Speaking of the sidebar, you can also see all upcoming live streams we've got here on the channel. Tomorrow it's going to be a busy day for live streams. We've got AAA and WWE Worlds Collide, a watch along for that. Then followed by WWE Money in the Bank. We'll have a live watch along and a live post show. So be sure to join us then. Click those notification bells. You'll be notified when we go live or a new video gets uploaded. I appreciate everyone for tuning in, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or coming across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.